It's not too long. And I think this is in regards to the new thing that just happened. So I genuinely want to see this.
It's obvious that Twitch has two different forms.
Again, I normally never react to reactions, but hopefully this is not too much of a reaction and we can actually commentate over it.
Of punishment, right? Where Twitch streamers that embody certain political values are not being punished at the same ratio that an average person would be punished.
This is what happens when you don't kill every single slave owner after slavery. We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and...
Is this guy banned? Did they ban him?
Nope.
Let me see if they did.
Hello?
30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
It's like you
What if
Like, anybody in that political camp is just completely allowed to do all this. Just completely, like, calls for violence, demand murder, put hits on people, actual bounties on people's heads. Like, how, like, Twitch is just okay with all of this? This is just okay, Amazon? Like, what the hell, dude?
Honestly, to be like, oh, threatening violence against an elected official. I'm sorry, I'm a goddamn American. I'm a goddamn...
Yeah, in America, that's not protected. Calls to violence are not protected speech, you stupid. What the hell? Like, how little do you know about your own damn, like, country?
Am a red-blooded American.
That's
That is
not
my
protected
right.
speech.
The tree of tyranny must be watered with the blood of tyrants, or whatever, however it goes. The tree of...
You freaking idiot. That's not even the right freaking... That's not... Who is this guy? That's not even the right freaking
American.
thing!
I'm a goddamn red-blooded American. That is my right. The tree of tyranny must be watered with the blood of tyrants, or whatever, however it goes.
Isn't it that it has to be watered... The tree of tyranny needs to be... I don't think it was watered, I mean, it's blood, but yeah, it needs to be nurtured with the blood of rebels and tyrants.
The tree of liberty must be watered with the blood of tyrants every now and then, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Would you tell that...
Of rebels and tyrants, basically saying that that unfortunately we have to fight for our freedom. We are gonna spill our own blood, and we're gonna spill the king's blood, you know, in order to, for freedom, so to speak.
Joke about Donald Trump?
Again, yes, I would.
Then do it. I mean, you know, again, the simplest answer, in my opinion, is most often the correct one. The reason...
Yeah, they're absolute cowards. They just sort of, like, hide behind each other on these things. They know for a fact that this is not okay, but they have to pretend.
Why people like Hasan
they have to play
get
this
unbanned
game
very quickly, and they don't get punished as much as other people do. And again, like, if they're acknowledging...
Yeah, of course they wouldn't freaking say that about the president. They're still so stupid.
If you cared about Medicare fraud...
I hate the fact that this is... Twitch has never really been just about gaming. It really hasn't. Right? It's not. Never has been just about gaming. But it's the fact that they're like, okay, be political all you want, have all the... we love it all the time. Stop calling for the death of people. It's freaking... It's not okay. It's sick, bro. You're sick in the head. Hey, Master Sam. What a time to show up.
Or Medicaid fraud, you
got to
would
the good part.
kill Rick Scott.
Twitch's moderation and Twitch's team, I think, is competent.
And it's like, at this point, I'm not even pissed off at Hasan anymore, dude. I'm pissed off at Twitch for being so openly okay with this.
I think that they're biased, and
at a certain point, when does, like, ignoring and allowing something become supporting it, you know?
I think that they don't have any principles at all, other than responding to controversies. Other than that, they won't.
I think Asmongold is...
He made a whole video about this. There were, like, a couple of things that he brought up about me. Another big issue that a lot of these people have is that they think that the reason that they get banned and the reason that they get in trouble is because of somebody else, right? It's like, it's my fault. It's
always someone else's actions.
The fact is that sometimes people are just victims of their own bad decision making, right?
I think Asmongold is covering...
Yeah, Asmongold. Asmongold somehow got Hasan banned. Definitely wasn't Hasan calling for the death of a sitting U.S. senator.
This because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand.
Yeah, Hasan, and why would it be bad if Twitch saw it?
That is partially true, and
it is true. It is true, but it's like, no, duh. It's like baby talk. It's like, he's watching a video. Like, the only reason I got banned is because Asmongold reacted to this. Yeah, it's like he wants Twitch to see it. Yeah, why is it bad that Twitch sees it, Hasan? Why is it such a bad thing that Twitch sees? Because you know it's a bad thing and you're gonna get banned.
At the bigger picture and see the
Why are
problem
you playing these
of
stupid
allowing
games?
extremism on the website and how dangerous that's going to be for the website as a whole. My opinion is that if they don't tone down extremism, what will happen eventually is that there will be an extremist event. That extremist event will cause Twitch to tighten up their policies and remove content that both he and I do. And if he can't see that writing on the wall, I think that he should pay better attention.
Asmongold.
And honestly, it's gonna be deserved. That's the worst part about it. It's gonna be deserved, which is why like I said, I make like $7 a month off of Twitch. I'm not concerned. The platform can die for all I care. Like, it's fine. I got YouTube, I got freaking, Kick, and I'm about to start streaming on X, on Twitter. So, it's like, screw it. I don't want terrorist, like, supporters and propagandists on the platform that I'm trying to have fun with. Especially not if they're going to constantly get better, like, preferential treatment for like calling for the death of people. How are we supposed to feel safe on the platform if this kind of junk is happening?
And I disagree vehemently on.
And not just for sitting senators, but people in his camp have been calling and putting hits out on other content creators. Come on, dude.
Issues all the way from the history
Hope you're having a
of Nazi
fantastic day, by the
Germany,
way. That's Sam.
down to the fact that immigrants are not actually contributing to the American crime rates in the way that the Republican administration presents it.
In the way that they present it, but they are contributing to crime rates because they're here illegally. And also, it's not immigrants, it is illegal.
Yeah, I was hoping my
aliens,
replies didn't
which are
pop
two
up on the
different
chat.
things. This is, again, it's a deliberate misunderstanding,
have,
a
like,
deliberate misinterpretation.
two
The same as
conversations at
we
once.
disagree about the history of Nazi Germany, the implication of that, right? A lot of implications here. We love implications.
They're not destroying our culture in the way that Asmongold approaches the subject
I've
matter.
never said it that way, by the way.
There's plenty of disagreements there, and I think that he's doing
Again,
this
another big thing that he tends to do is he tends to put a lot of people, like, he tends to put words in people's mouths. A lot.
deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, shit
Well,
stir.
every video that I make and everything that you show on your stream, including this here, is done deliberately. Obviously, that's the case.
Try to get me banned, which worked.
Is that true? If you can remember the name, I could do some digging and, like, see what I can find. I'd be interested to know, because there has been, and this has been, and I don't want to put words in his mouth either, but if I remember correctly, when I was watching a video by Nux Otaku on YouTube, I think he said he had a crazy theory where he's just like, I think he said that the whole, like, USAID situation where they're like giving money to all these weird programs may have also put a bunch of these like YouTubers, including Hasan, under their payroll to like support these. You know, it's like one of those, like, even he said it's like, guys, tinfoil theory hat, like, it's crazy stupid, right? Like, don't take it serious. But you know what I know? If you happen to remember it, if you don't, I mean, it's cool. But I think it'd be fun. It'd be interesting to look into it if it's true. If it turns out to be true.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context.
And again, he went back and saw the context, and it was worse, way worse.
Now, once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context?
He
no,
does.
He doesn't. Instead,
He absolutely
follows
does.
through, basically packaging this as...
He does. Everyone said it, but you did. Yeah, he literally does. And not only that, it's way worse with the context. Way worse.
If you cared about Medicare or Medicaid fraud,
This is, by the way, the clip of me watching the context.
you would kill Rick Scott is because, and not make him a prominent part of the Republican Party, is because he, to this day, is still
This is
he
the video of me
repeats it.
watching.
Also known as committing the largest Medicare fraud in U.S. history.
Yes.
Oh God, what are we doing? What is this, bro? Are you kidding me? So the context makes it worse.
It's disappointing to see him. You know, I did look at the context. There's a video of me looking at the context. Context makes it worse. I don't know what he's doing. Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump, and people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump.
He's right. People, but not you. And there's a reason for that, and you know that reason. Everybody knows that reason, and that reason is why you got in trouble. You're absolutely right that yes, there are other people on the internet that say crazy stuff too. That's absolutely true. I think he's right. And again, you don't actually think this isn't a call to violence. What you think is that it's not a big deal.
My statement was hyper.
And that's the biggest thing, is that they don't see it as a big deal because to them, this is their side, and it's okay. Whatever they do is fine, but everybody else is not okay. And that's where it starts to get scary with Twitch, because seemingly Twitch agrees with that.
Hyperbolic.
And also, did he ever delete that tweet, the makeshift gun that they used to kill Shinzo Abe? Twitter made him.
I don't know if he deleted it, but then he put a freaking like rock star poster with it on it, just to freaking rub it in people's faces.
Delete it. Right. Okay. So it's a pattern of behavior.
But the intention.
Right. He basically just showing Twitch like, look at that, I can do this, and you won't even do nothing. Do it. You won't.
It was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator, but instead was to show the.
That's good. That's good. But it did sound like that. It sounded exactly like a call to violence. Like if you read the chat after that, I would say that a lot of people were probably thinking the exact same thing. That's what they were typing in his chat at the same time.
The hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider.
He brings up a great point, and I think he's right about this. But the issue is that you're muddying the waters and you're damaging your own argument, and you're making yourself seem like an extremist when you're calling for killing people, when you actually have fundamentally a strong argument and a good policy position. And the ironic thing about this is that I remember I saw Hasan's interview with CNN, and Hasan even said what do Democrats need to do to get people back, and he said have good policies. It's about how you're communicating it in a way that's hostile.
Obviously, I shouldn't have used hyperbolic language, and there's definitely some ownership.
Okay, there you go. All right, problem solved. Yep, he agrees.
That I must take. Some apologies.
And that's the only freaking actual genuine like argument happening here. Stop calling for the death of a senator.
There. I should not have said Mike Johnson should kill Rick Scott. I should have simply said Mike.
He didn't say Mike Johnson. He said you should.
There's about $50 billion estimated that are lost every year in Medicaid, just in fraud alone. No.
That fraud is not coming from individuals, it's coming from providers. They're not tackling providers. They're not actually going after like false billing. They are trying to cut recipients, okay? It is not happening at the point of recipients. If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Yeah,
okay?
See, he's already trying to gaslight.
That's what was communicated to the audience.
And everybody's saying, right, exactly, do it. Like, they all agree. Luigi 2, when? 2026. Like, it's like...
Because the audience was spamming things like Luigi.
Johnson should punish
literally
Rick
creating,
Scott,
like...
perhaps with the, maximum punishment, whatever that would be.
There you go.
Right.
Quite literally all the evidence you need that he's, like, turning people into extremists.
It's fair, and I think that if he had said that, by the way, there would have never been any controversy about this. The difference is about advocating for vigilante justice versus advocating for a criminal process. I actually have the same opinion, is that the people that run companies like this should face personal charges. I just don't think you should advocate to kill them. And I try not to go too, like, super hard on it. I'll link you guys the video real quick before I get into it. And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because, to show support.
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes of the past.
Which one?
Just let me intervene for one singular moment because my brain is melting. The assumption is that Asmon...
Wait, actually...
Yeah, there's the video. It's the Ethan video.
Perhaps this is the reason why Ethan Klein doesn't talk about Asmongold and his apologia for certain regimes of the past.
Yeah, he's had a couple of different apologies.
Which one?
Just let me intervene for one singular moment because my brain is melting. The assumption is that Asmon is linking H3's video to his chat because he's collaborating with Ethan Klein to take down Hasan.
And
he's linking the Ethan Klein video to his audience because,
Newsflash. That's what good reaction channels should always do, but I'm sure you wouldn't.
Yeah, seemingly it looks like he was in fact detained quite a few times. Once in London, Heathrow's airport, and once in Australia.
Know anything about that.
Link the video. There's the video. I'll link the video again. This is so funny. I'll link the video. I'm gonna link the video again. I
wonder if anybody's made a video on that guy.
Give him a like, give him a sub if you like the video.
Oh, I almost forgot. He also pretty much called Asmon a Nazi, but I'll let my employee handle that. Back to you, Baldy.
Ethan, who really cares about anti-Semitism, of course.
This is it's another, and the obvious implication is that I am a Nazi apologist, right? That's clear.
Which is weird, because Hasan is the one using the Zionist dog whistle to talk about Jews, and then calling for the death of Zionists.
Clearly what he's implying.
Supporting Hamas, which wants the death of Zionists, which is again just Jews. Like, how is Hasan gonna call anybody a Nazi when he is the one supporting the people who hate Jews? What the hell are you talking about?
Because if you say that,
that's so stupid.
Sounds insane and retarded. So the only thing that you can do is imply that and hope that the schizos that watch the video will get the message.
That's why he constantly comes after me, someone he knows has a long track record, alongside him at times, attacking anti-Semites and explaining to people what famous dog whistles are and things of that nature. But that'll be for a different day.
People are so ideological. It's ironic that he brings up dog whistles, because this is exactly, didn't Twitch ban the word Zionist and use...
Yes, even Twitch themselves knows that Zionist is just a slur or a dog whistle for Jew or Jewish people. Hasan and all of his camp have been using the word Zionist as a dog whistle to call for the death of, as well as a lot of other harm towards Zionists. In fact, he called Zionists inbred, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Using that as a slur because his chat was using it as a dog whistle to be anti-Semitic. I feel like when we talk about dog whistles, I mean, that's a pretty big one, right? I think that's just a whistle. Let's see.
Zionist is, pretty big dog whistle.
Spends most of his time simply sitting around and reacting to Donald Trump. He is now, officially, by my estimations, a larger right-wing political commentator than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful.
I don't know about that. Now, I love this glaze, right? I mean, if you look at these numbers, let's zoom in to look at these numbers. Wow, those are great.
The glazing.
Numbers. We love those numbers. Wow. Ben Shapiro is...
Hasan cannot... The more Hasan talks about Asma... damn, he really has that many subscribers?
Infinitely more well-known.
Like, all he does is basically, like, boost up Asmongold's numbers more and more.
He's doing this for years. He's been on mainstream media for over 10 years. Just because I'm getting more views on YouTube doesn't mean that I'm more popular than somebody. But, okay, that's fine. Let's move on.
Than even the likes of Ben Shapiro. Very successful in this field. His videos reacting to Donald Trump get millions of views, more so than the
And again, his videos reacting to Donald Trump, that's a freaking AI-generated fight of Donald Trump and Zelensky. It's not even a real freaking political video.
Keep in mind, this was a joke video that was AI made about them fighting, because Donald Trump, if you look at it here, Donald Trump never actually punched Zelensky on camera.
More so than the
who would have thought?
Could ever dream of. Asmongold also is the largest.
Well, the reason why the videos are so popular because they're not necessarily coming at it from a right-wing perspective. They're coming at it from a nuanced, balanced, reasonable perspective of what I believe to be the average American. And I think that those videos, the reason why they're so popular is that even if people might disagree with the conclusion of them, the video is still respected as an attempt at truth. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people watch the content. That's the reason why a lot of people like it. It's because
I feel like I agree with that. I feel like it's also a little bit of like, I feel like people are really hungry for the type of content that feels like it's not being moderated, it's not being influenced and then fed to them on a platter. People want content where it's like somebody just sort of talking to them and being real, calling out BS when there's BS, and calling out, from both sides, so to speak. And I feel like that's what it comes down to, is that I feel like Asmongold has definitely been the kind of person that's been very judgmental of both sides, been canceled by both sides. And for the same reason I like a lot of people, like, I think Nux Otaku's pretty good about that stuff too, honestly. I've seen a couple of his stuff.
Because they like seeing at least
right now, as far as like political stuff,
at discourse.
Probably the most entertaining.
Not because I'm more educated, I know more about it than other people.
But again, I was watching Asmongold for gaming stuff, not really anything to do with politics. Suddenly this whole political thing started to happen when Hasan started getting all of Twitch really freaking like into politics.
Funnier. I tell jokes about it, but like at the end of the day, the main reason why is because I do try to think about how people feel and then express it from their perspective. And I think that that's a good thing, and that's something that I try to have. That's always been the case. So the reason why these videos are extremely popular is because they do appeal to people that are on both sides of the political spectrum.
Just political content creator on Twitch in general. He's the largest political streamer now. He's double my size. He's always been double my size, but he's now double my size when it comes to political commentary as well. So
I'm telling you, he won't.
I mean, like,
it's every video.
Listen, I think you guys are very lucky that I am the most humble and modest streamer. This stuff would
Oh,
probably affect an average
up.
person's ego a lot. Doesn't affect me, doesn't bother me. And so I don't even
Bro's head's getting swollen, bro.
see it this way. I think he's trying to
Look
just
at that
say this
forehead.
in order to create a narrative of him being an underdog, like farm sympathy.
So let's see what the largest free speech defender had to say. He actually voluntarily brings this up in a YouTube video called "What the fuck is Twitch doing?" YouTube videos from 2 days ago with 1 million views. The first 13 minutes of it is just reacting to the latest Ethan Klein video, who is falsely smearing me as someone who doesn't care about Israeli civilians or whatever, which is obviously incorrect. He packaged that up with the Libs of TikTok video to call for my banning.
It was not just Libs of TikTok. I think that this is, again, it's an optics game where you're saying it's Libs of TikTok because Libs of TikTok is kind of a moron in a lot of cases. And so it's like, well, this person...
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, though? Immediately Hasan is like, he's just... Asmongold is just like Libs of TikTok. They're on the same team. He's trying to like paint the picture that they're on like this side, and then Asmongold's like, Libs of TikTok stupid. They're idiots.
person is doing it, and it's about kind of creating it to be a partisan political issue rather than just simply a behavior that's bad. You know, according to Hasan, it's my fault, it's Ethan's fault, it's Destiny's fault,
it's everybody else's fault.
TikTok's fault. It's everybody's fault except for his. It seems Hasan's very bad faith towards you. People can be bad faith towards me all they want. The fact is that I'm still going to be here doing my thing. And the more that people are bad faith towards me and the more that people are unfair towards me, the more they will.
Oh yeah, Master Sam, I totally agree, and it's scary too. Like, because I believe there is a clip, and if we could find, if somebody has a link to it, send it to me. But otherwise, I'll go looking for it later. But there's even a clip where he's talking. You can see it actually in the content nuke from Ethan, where Ethan asks him like, what happens if in these like governments that you want, like what happens if a capitalist ideology is the majority, and like they start to move towards that, and he started talking about how it's like, well then you have to start re-educating, and I'm like, re-education camps, like no, like it all, like no matter what you do, you take these like fascism, communism, terrorism, like you take all of these, and it's like, yeah, in theory they might be a good thing in theory, but no matter what you do in practice, it always goes bad.
Will alienate average, moderate,
Have a great
and
night,
reasonable
Master
people,
Sam.
because average, moderate, and reasonable people do not want to be.
Of course, there's no reason for you to turn up or anything like that. But Sunday we're gonna be making a second attempt at the the Act 3 race of Path of Exile. Our first go, we basically got like brick walled by the Act 2 boss. But hopefully in our next attempt we'll be able to do it. It's kind of cool though. I like the idea of like doing those kinds of runs. And it might even like convince me to do more hardcore stuff on Path of Exile.
Gaslit.
So maybe on Sunday.
And so
I really want to do it though.
That are crashing out or getting really mad. The way that
I'm hoping if I actually beat it, theoretically it's supposed to be like this cool 3-4 hour thing. It took me 7 hours and I couldn't beat the freaking second Act 2 boss. But also I have a plan now. I didn't have a plan before. I just sort of went for it. This time I got a plan. This time I got a plan. This time got a plan. There's a plan this time.
Go ahead. Do it. And that's fine with me. You just don't need to make calls for violence. I think that he acknowledged that. I'm glad that he did, and hopefully he doesn't do it again.
Dude, I don't want to say anything too crazy here, but I doubt somehow that they're going to tackle that. What are they going to do? Kill Rick Scott, dude? Are you kidding me?
Then he freaking tends it again! Alright, whatever. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!